They're skeptical. They've heard a lot. They've been called a lot, and they've been called by pushy salespeople who want to shove their product or service down their throats and make them buy, regardless, this is key here, regardless of whether that product or service is a fit for that prospect situation. Hey, this is Jason Kanigan, the president of Sales on Fire, taking advantage of this little bit warmer, slightly a little bit warmer North Carolina weather compared to the last week where I was literally stuck inside, miserable, rainy, and I don't like it when I can't go outside. So let's talk a little bit about why your prospects say no so darn quickly. Why do they do that? Your call, no, not interested, not interested, not interested. It can get very tiring, I know, particularly if you're doing phone sales. So how do we transform this? Again, a lot of what I talk about is transformative. I don't want you going through a grind. I really don't. I want this to be pleasurable for you, if at all possible, right? And that comes with having a little bit of skill and using that skill. That's how we feel good about what we're doing. So understanding what's going on in selling is really important. Stuff in sales happens lightning fast, right? 15 seconds. That was the call. What happened, right? Suddenly I'm out on my butt. What happened here? So come into sales calls knowing that prospects are they're combative, they're skeptical. That's the right word. They're skeptical. They've heard a lot. They've been called a lot, and they've been called by pushy salespeople who want to shove their product or service down their throats and make them buy, regardless, this is key here, regardless of whether that product or service is a fit for that prospect situation. And so instead, if you want less friction and more relaxed conversations, and great conversations lead to sales, then do this, okay? Relax and qualify first. Don't try and sell it all. Don't. Find out three things. Does your prospect have need? Do they have the budget? And do they have the personality fit for what you have to offer? If they don't, one strike and they're out, okay, on this. Don't try and force that square peg into the round hole. Make it easy on yourself. You're gonna have to do this a lot, right? This calling and qualifying, prospecting thing here, right? Make sure the grind doesn't wear you out. So qualify first. Be very careful who you allow to see your offer. This works online as well as offline. There's a little secret there. So what can you do to qualify based on need, budget, and personality fit? Well, first thing you need to find out is the person willing to talk to you? If it's a bad time for them, don't try and shove your way into their office, okay, virtually or in reality, because they'll kick you out. It's not going to be good, okay? Find out if they're willing to talk to you first. If they are willing to have a short conversation with you, now you can qualify for those three things. So need. Are they in a situation where they're experiencing what we could call pain points, right? Situations where there are symptoms of a problem that you could fix. Do you do house restoration? Is their basement flooded? Did they recently have a fire? Is there smoke damage? Things like this. These are things that we're checking for, right? If they have, I talk to a lot of people who sell alarm systems for some reason, and they're struggling because they don't make a lot of money and the commission isn't that great. Maybe I could help them out here. If this is you in your situation, right? You don't want to call and just ask everybody, hey, do you need an alarm system? You want to find out, look, are you concerned about crime in your area? Have you seen statistics about crime in your area? Have you seen anything in the newspapers or on the television that has alarmed you about the level of crime in your area? Did your neighbor recently purchase a security system, and are you interested in what they did and why they did it? These are things that are allowing you to find out, does your prospect have a need for what you have to offer? Now, I'm sure you can use your brain and come up with things for your own field, right? Are you selling accounting software? Here comes a big truck. I'm not on a busy street here, but a lot of people like to cut through here on their way to an industrial park that's over off that way. Dems the brakes, you know, but I have a lot of land here, so there's that bonus. If you're selling accounting software, a pain point that I frequently encountered was, do your staff suffer by having to go through multiple screens to enter a little bit of information? about each client or transaction, right? What if we could take those screens and bundle them up into one screen? Wouldn't that make everything more efficient, right? You'd be wasting a lot less time on flipping through screens. Okay, that's the kind of thing you can get into, and your customers will tell you these things if you listen. Budget is not, do they have the money? It's more, do they have a problem large enough to warrant your involvement to fix? And we could talk about budget for hours, and I'll do more videos on those later. But that is the intention here, okay? Do they have a problem that's worth your involvement to fix? If they've got a $10,000 problem and your solution is $5,000, we're right on the line, you know? Is this worth fixing? But you can fall over $1 million problems all over the place if you're dealing with decent sized customers. And so that brings your budget up quite a bit. If you can bring real value to the table in solving that problem, suddenly they'll have the money. Money can almost always be gotten, and if it can't, that's probably not the kind of customer that you're looking for. They're a financial basket case, stay away, you know? And then personality fit, that third thing that we talked about. Let's get into that a little bit more. People want to kind of sweep that under the rug. Oh, well, I can handle him, or something like, no, you can't, no, don't even try, okay? Personality fit is key, because this will grind you into the dirt. That client from hell. Have you ever had a client from hell? If you haven't, you won't know what I'm talking about. If you have one, that's it. That's all you need to know. You know everything about what I'm talking about now. You never want that client type again. And so be watchful for words, phrases, indications, actions that demonstrate, hey, this guy's acting a lot like a past client from hell that I had. I better question that. I'm not saying kick him off immediately, but question it. Hey, John, just curious, you just said blah, 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 blah. Can I ask you something? Why'd you say that? What made you say that? Okay? Dig the question behind the question. This is critical to selling. Answer. Find out the answer to the question behind the question. Okay, so we're looking for those three things. We're qualifying. Why are we qualifying? Let's get back to the point here, to get into a conversation about reality with our clients, with our prospects, so that they can become clients, okay? We don't want them hanging up quickly. We don't want them saying no. We don't want them to be skeptical. So we have to come in a little softer, a little more under the radar by qualifying instead of pushing to sell right away. This is Jason Kanigan from Sales on Fire. I hope you found this valuable.